All righty. That's a wrap. Stay accountable. Do what you got to do. Focus. 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 Okay. Okay. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. All right. Get to work. What's up, guys? I want to start this video by telling you guys the importance of finding an accountability partner and what that might mean to you and why you need one. I'm telling you, because this is something like nobody ever really talks about this, not in the sense of, hey, this is like urgent, like you should have been doing this yesterday. The first thing, guys, that I want to go over with you is understanding accountability. Accountability, when you have an accountability partner, what this does is it lets you enable a part of you to become more motivated. Because motivation is just one of those things that people always want to have, and it's always good to have it. However, the problem that you face when you're trying to get motivation or, something like that is you never really have it unless you have something bite you in the butt to get you to that point. And usually you have somebody accountable. I'll give you an example. The military is a great example of that. A lot of people are just naturally lazy. And the military, what they do is they kick you in the butt. They make you do stuff. They make you wake up early. They make you spend long days doing this, that, and the other. It forces you to be accountable for everything that you are, everything you say you're gonna do. And people making you do stuff. It's like they're holding you accountable. That is what an accountability partner is. They hold you to things that you should be accountable for. The next point I want to talk about, guys, is goal setting, right? Everybody, and I mean everybody, got goals in life. I can't really think of anybody that don't have any goals. Yeah, there are people, but like most of the time people got goals, big or small. People usually have them. And I think what most people like to do is they just don't know how to get there. And the thing is, you might not know how to get there, but you want to get there. And most of the time, all you got to do is put in the work and you're going to get where you're trying to go. You want to save money. If you save $100 a month, within the year, you could have $1,000 saved. I'm just saying, it's small steps leading up to bigger things. But if you have trouble saving that $100 a month, let's say you, instead of saving that $100, you go out and spend it at the club or at the bar, or you buy some clothes or something like that. Then obviously you're not going to reach that goal. So that's just how that can help with goal setting and all that. The next point I want to talk about, guys, is support and encouragement. So why is this important? For me, you guys, the support and the encouragement from accountability partners, accountability buddies, accountability in a whole. The thing is, when you have somebody that says, hey man, you can do this. No, really, you can do this. If you set your mind to it, you can do this. Come on, bro, believe in yourself. You got this. Look at what you've done up until now. Look at how far you've gotten. And I think when you start looking at it like that, then you'll be able to see that, okay, yeah, I am capable of doing all these things. And if you are seeing that and somebody's telling you that, you're going to be more likely to push through and push forward with everything that you want to do in your life. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around that. That's why you have somebody that shares those things with you. And I think that's just one of the most important things that you can have is just the support. The support, the encouragement from all of it. These things are why we have accountability partners. You know what I mean? I hope you are following me here. Imagine having somebody in your life and every time you tell them you want to do something, they always come to you and say, oh man, you can't do that for this reason. I don't know if that's gonna work, man. Don't too many people make it doing that, right? And I'm not talking about the point of hey, they're being realistic. Like if I said I wanted 1 million subscribers in 2 weeks, all right, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody gonna stop and be like, hey man, you can't get 1 million subscribers in 2 weeks. That's very hard to do. Let's lower the bar a little bit. But somebody that every time you bring up something that's like, hey, I want to do this, and every time you bring something up, they got something to say about why you can't do it. Them the type of people I like to stay away from, and that you should stay away from, because that's not being realistic. That's just being a Debbie Downer, and nobody wants to have a Debbie Downer in their life. That's just not how we do things. So having somebody to be there to encourage you to do things that you want to do is probably the biggest asset that you can have, especially for my guys out there that have a wife or a girlfriend. These are things you're going to look at that and say, hey, I got this person that has my back, and I know they're always going to have my back for whatever it is I want to do. All right, guys. The next point that I want to make is talking about accountability and responsibility. Once again, all of these things kind of play into each other. When you have an accountability partner, right? When you have somebody that is holding you accountable, why are they holding you accountable? They're holding you accountable for a lot of reasons. One of those big reasons is like this. If you and somebody else that you know both have maybe different goals, but you are both on the path, you can both check in with each other and say, hey, how far did you get on this thing this week? Hey, what kind of setbacks are you having as far as like your purpose or whatever it is you want to do? How are these things holding you back? These are things that you can feed off one another. Not only is it holding each other accountable because you're checking in, but it also gives you a sense of responsibility. Because for my guys out there that have kids, you're gonna see that you have to be responsible. You can't just neglect your obligations as a father. You can't just, neglect your obligations as a boyfriend or a husband because you want to do something. So it creates a little bit more responsibility because you got to get things done. You got to get things done for yourself. You got to get things done for your family, and you need to stay on it because you're gonna set an example for what right looks like or what wrong looks like. So that's something you got to keep in mind as well when it comes to just accountability, responsibility, and then having other people in your life too. Because let's say that you got a buddy and you and your buddy, y'all are on the journey getting things done together, and your buddy is slacking off on everything, right? Let's just say whatever it is, he's going through a bad time and you're not, and y'all are accountability partners. Y'all are in this together. Y'all are friends. Y'all are good to one another, and y'all want each other to thrive in life. And you see he's going through a rough patch and he hasn't done whatever it is he said he wanted to do in like 3 weeks. And you say, hey man, what's going on? Oh, this, that, and the other. Life's hard. Like, okay, yeah, well, check it out, man. We are not getting any younger. We got to figure out what we want to do. Let's handle your problem and let's figure out a way you can still get back on the ball. If you took a break, if you got minor setbacks, we handle that, but we don't stay in the mud puddle. We get up. We got responsibilities. We can't just neglect that. You can't just sit back and say, oh, my life's hard. Nobody's going to take care of me. You got to be the one to take care of that. So that's what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. And my last point, guys. All right, guys, my last point is growth and then learning. When you have someone to hold you accountable, you're going to grow as a person. You're going to figure out your routines. You're going to figure out how you can structure things, and you're going to be more consistent. Because the thing I want to preach on this channel is that we want meaningful progress. That is all I have ever asked of anybody. And anybody that's in my inner circle, whatever goal it is that they have, I don't ever want to be so demanding of them that I'm like, no. My goal for all of the people in my inner circle and everybody in this community is meaningful progress. And what does that mean? That means learning from your mistakes and continuing to build off of what you already have. That is the cornerstone of what message it is I am trying to present. Do you understand? This is not me trying to pressure you into doing stuff you don't need to do. This is me telling you, do the things you said you were going to do. We have to learn from our mistakes and we want to grow from it. That's why we use our calendar, so that we can grow and see where it is we have come from. All right, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I want to know what your goals are. Let's do this. Get started. Get active.